There's no need to mince words here. As we heard from our briefers, the situation in northern Gaza is dire, catastrophic, as we heard from Ms. Musuya. An unconscionable number of Palestinian civilians, many women and children, have been killed. And according to the latest assessment from the IPC, nearly every civilian in Gaza is without adequate food, medication, clean drinking water, or housing. They simply cannot be left to suffer indefinitely. As Secretary Blinken has emphasized, we need to end the armed conflict, bring the hostages home, including the 7 Americans held by Hamas, and chart a path forward in the post-conflict period that provides governance, security, and reconstruction in Gaza. As we consider that future, we must immediately surge humanitarian aid to civilians throughout Gaza, or many of them may not survive the winter. The IPC's latest report on the prospect of imminent famine underscores the urgency of the situation, and it makes clear that such a surge is critical. The United States, too, has made clear to Israel that it must address the undisputed humanitarian crisis. So far, thanks to intervention by the United States, Israel has taken some important steps, including restoring aid deliveries to the north. Still, Israel must ensure its actions are fully implemented and its improvements sustained over time. Only a sustained flow of assistance, coupled with restoration of basic services, including health and nutrition activities, health care and water, sanitation, and hygiene infrastructure, can alleviate the catastrophic levels of food insecurity found in the IPC report. And we continue to reiterate there must be no forcible displacement nor policy of starvation in Gaza, which would have grave implications under U.S. and international law. Colleagues, UNRWA's role has been vital as the front line of this humanitarian response. The agency facilitates approximately 80% of humanitarian aid in Gaza. At present, it is indispensable. And so we repeat the urgent importance of Israel pausing implementation of legislation targeting UNRWA. However, let's be clear. The United States shares Israel's concerns that a small number of UNRWA's personnel were involved in the October 7th attack, and others have ties to Hamas and other armed groups. We're also concerned that some of UNRWA's facilities were compromised by Hamas, which is unacceptable. It is in no party's interest to have the neutrality of UNRWA personnel remain in doubt. We once again call on the Secretary General to facilitate an independent mechanism to review and address all allegations. But it should be possible to address these allegations while sustaining a vital lifeline to Palestinian civilians in need. Again, it is essential there's no interruption of humanitarian aid delivery. Colleagues, the work before us to forge a ceasefire is difficult, but it is necessary. The challenge of helping a revitalized Palestinian Authority rebuild Gaza without Hamas is immense, and the humanitarian crisis facing millions of Palestinian civilians is daunting. But these obstacles are not insurmountable, and we cannot succumb to inaction. We need to give Palestinians a future to look forward to with self-determination and security without Hamas being a part of it. We need Israel to feel secure within its own borders. We need to save lives, the lives of Palestinian civilians in Gaza, the lives of hostages who have now gone over a year since seeing their families, and the lives of generations to come, of Palestinians and Israelis alike, who deserve to live in peace. the United States will continue to work for a ceasefire and find a way to end the armed conflict so that hostages can return home to their loved ones. Palestinians and Israelis can live in security and peace. And we will continue to work tirelessly to surge life-saving assistance to those in desperate need. Thank you, Madam President.
I thank the representative of the United States for their statement.